Most people get confused when it comes to connecting more than one solar panel. They are thinking if they should connect it in series, parallel, or both. In this video, I will break it down step by step so that you will understand each type, when to use it, and the advantages of each one of them. Welcome to Radio Tech Channel. Let's talk about the series connection. Definition. Series connection means connecting the positive of one panel to the negative of the next panel. The two free terminals becomes your output. But note that in series, the voltage add up, but the currents remain the same. And let's do some calculations and connections. First, we are going to talk about the calculation. This panel is 12 volts 6 amps, and we have two of them, so we want to add them together in series. And what is going to give us is this: 24 volts 6 amps. You will notice that this our voltage 12 plus 12 give us 24, but 6 plus 6 in series give us 6. We are going to connect it by connecting the neutral of the first panel with the positive of the second panel, and we are doing that, and these remaining two terminals is going to serve our controller, which is going to happen this way. Now let's talk about the parallel connections. In parallel connection means joining all the positive together and all the negative together. The output is then taken from the combined positive and the negative point, and is going to serve our controller. And note that in parallel, the voltage still the same, but the currents add up. Imagine it's like pouring water into a bucket using 2 cups. The force, the flow is going to increase. That's what parallel does. And let's do some calculations and connections. So we want to add these two panels together in parallel, and what is going to give us is 12 volts 12 amps. You will notice our voltage remain the same, but our amps add up. When we are talking about parallel is doing the opposite of what series does, while series do the opposite of what parallel does. That's how it works. And how are you going to do the connection of this parallel? We are going to connect the positive of the first panel to the positive of the next panel, and negative of the first panel to the negative of the second panel. We are going to make use of T and Y MC4 connector. This is T and Y MC4 connector, and we are going to use this one to connect the positive together, and use the second one to connect the negative together. And their output is going to serve our controller. Now let's talk about the series parallel connections when we combine both of them together. Definition. Series parallel connection is when panels are first connected in series pair, and then those pairs are connected in parallel. This is useful when you have 4 panels or more. Note that series parallel balance both voltage and current. Think of it like forming teams. 2 panels in series make one team, and then joining 2 teams together in parallel. Let's do some calculations and connections. This panel, like I said, is 12 volts 6 amps, and we are adding these two together, and what is going to give us is 24 volts 6 amps, because we add it together in series. I want to do the same thing for this one, so it's going to give us 24 volts 6 amps. When we now connect both of them, like those ones that we have connected together, when we connect both of them in parallel, what we are going to have is 24 volts 12 amps. What you will notice in parallel is that our voltage remain the same, our amps add up, and in series our voltage add up, our amps is remaining the same. So how are we going to do this connection? First, we are going to connect, because we are connecting in series, we are going to connect the positive to the negative, and the positive of these two panels to the negative also, and then their remaining terminals is going to serve, and we are making use of MC4 T and Y connector also. So the remaining terminals is going to serve, so we are going to connect the positive to the positive one here, and we are connecting the negative to the negative one right here. I'm sure you have learned one or two things in this video. Please like, share and subscribe. We are going to appreciate that. And watch out for the next video on how you can connect battery in parallel, series and parallel. Check it out.